Come on, we're going live. Okay. Hello, this is Nicholas Kanek with Your Kinky Friends. Oh, I've got a special episode tonight. Oh, we're gonna talk. This is the sexy modeling show, and we've had both of these wonderful ladies um, on the show in the past, and I am honored, absolutely honored to have them back to do a special panel show, which is all about modeling. We're not going to just warning. We're not going to talk about like crazy kinky sex. We're going to talk about image and clothing and you know, in modeling. And because both of them, what they do, um, one of them is a photographer and pinup, and one of them deals with alternative modeling. Can you guess which one pinup is? And that's the beauty of modeling. That's the beauty of modeling. Before I introduce our guests, there are misconceptions of modeling, and then there's the real deal. We're gonna try to talk about the real deal, and you know, so yeah, let's get to it. Please welcome first um, a wonderful pinup, who runs a photography studio and does modeling. Loves makeup, and would you say the '60s style or the
The
'50s
50s
style?
and 60s, yeah.
Yeah, '50s style. Please welcome the magnificent, the wonderful Mayzie Mack. Say hi.
Hello.
Okay, and then we have who's done a couple shows with us. She does more, how do we say, alternative modeling, so it's a little different. We'll get into that too. Please welcome the wonderful and magnificent Laken Holt. Say hi.
Hi.
Okay, this is a laid back show, but I want to keep just enough structure to it. So when I ask a question for both of you, which one wants to go first and which one wants to go second?
It doesn't matter to me either way.
Same.
You're gonna make me.
I can go first because then I won't forget the question.
Okay.
There you go.
There you go. And these two have never met before. Am I correct?
Correct.
Yeah, no.
Okay. All right. So, Maisie, tell us about the very first time modeling.
Well, so it's a little different for me because my husband is my photographer, so it's pretty relaxed in general. And I've been doing photography behind the camera for about 12 years, so just kind of a weird step in front of the camera, I guess. But as far as I can't even like pinpoint my first shoot, I feel like, because it's just kind of been, they've all like mushed together. So like no anxiety really. Yeah, I'm boring.
No, it's not boring. Look at you. Okay, Laken Holt.
Okay, repeat the question.
Tell us about your very first time ever modeling.
There, honestly, I agree. It's hard to pinpoint just one. But I could definitely say that I had a good shoot that was in New Jersey, but it didn't end up particularly well. I think I talked about that in a previous discussion we might have had. That's the only one that I could really think of as the first one.
Okay. All right. So Maisie, what would you say and keep in mind, remember, both of you, if you two can talk, amongst yourselves and comment to each other, feel free to do that. You know what I mean? Feel free. This is, these are, we're all friends here. We're in think of it as like a circle that we're, a semicircle.
Loving the circle vibe.
Oh yeah. All right, Maisie, what was the flame that ignited you getting in front of the camera instead of being behind the camera?
I probably, between my husband pushing me to do it, to get in front of the camera, to like embrace myself, and just wanting to feel like empowered, I guess. But it was mostly him. I don't think I would have done it otherwise. He pretty much stole the camera out of my hand and said, "Here, go, do this."
That's awesome. And was the 50s pinup your specific idea? Did you dress like this often outside of your work, or
No,
what?
I had entered a pinup contest locally. Ended up meeting a bunch of really awesome girls through it, and then I had gotten my hair done and my makeup done that day for the contest. So like we got home that night, and I was like, "Oh, this would be cool to like have pictures." And that's kind of when my husband was like, "Oh, here, let's do a shoot." I think that must have been the first real one. But so that was kind of what ignited it, just seeing all these girls in the pinup outfits and being like, "Yeah, that's cool," and everything like that. And I've always loved the vintage look and all of like the classicness of it, but obviously with a twist with my blue hair.
Yeah, no, the blue hair really does wonders for it. All right, Laken, same question. What was the flame that ignited you to be a model?
I think probably when I entered a model call for All Things Boudoir. And I sent them a few photos, and it was going to be like a free photo shoot, and I would be able to keep those photos if I won. So I wasn't really losing anything. So I applied to that. And then I got in and I saw the work that came of that. And I was like, I think I might have something here. And once I kind of started sharing those within my group, so many women reached out to me and they're like, "Oh my gosh, I love the body positivity. I love the fact that you're not like skinny mini, but you're embracing your body and you're loving yourself." And I think the fact that women reached out and really appreciated what I was doing kind of was like, okay, this is my niche.
Okay, awesome. Now I'm curious with a lot of modeling is always was always on print paper, and now everything's digital. But I'm wondering, people who buy your photos, your pictures, and stuff like that, do they? I mean, is it just like a specific person, or is it like maybe an online magazine or blog or advertisements for other things? What, Mayzie?
I haven't really had pictures purchased per se. I did a calendar this year. I sold a few of those to just random people that I don't know on the internet. So that was cool. And then I'm in that Retro Lovely magazine quite a bit, but it's not like a paid thing. So we just submit the pictures and get published. So I've not really been paid for my modeling per se.
Mm-hmm.
Okay. Laken?
Yeah.
I can relate to that. I've been published. Last year, February 2020, is when I submitted my photos for the model call. And then I moved to the East Coast, I think July. I started really getting into modeling September, October. And then the first time my pictures were submitted to a magazine, they were published. And from then on out, I've had 3 covers and 6 publications within a 5-month period. So in several different magazines. So that's been really, really cool.
That's
But
awesome.
nothing like yourself that's I'm making money off of it other than using it for my OnlyFans.
Yeah.
And then on my OnlyFans, I share, the exclusive content when it first comes out. A lot of things that I can't share publicly because they are being submitted to magazines.
Mm-hmm.
So
People
That's awesome.
pay the models and the photographers money. They work hard.
OnlyFans
Cheap
is the
people.
way that I've been able to kind of recoup from some of that, where I'm kind of compensating the photographers and paying for wigs, makeup, right, outfits, etc.
Mm-hmm.
It's very costly, and then you're submitting all of that literally to just not even know if you're going to get it or not.
I've got a different arrangement because of our photography studio. We're we're in with Retro Lovely magazine. Not that that would probably be, well, they do Venus Cult, which is similar, like probably more alternative.
Oh, nice.
But so we do a shoot and automatically we can publish it in Retro Lovely. So it's kind of, I kind of have that in.
Yeah.
But I just started an OnlyFans as well. So I'm curious to like, just knowing that you can like post pictures in there first and that doesn't count as them being like published yet.
I've asked the magazine, you know what I mean? The people that I have a personal, you know what I mean, and a modeling, you know, professional relationship with, I have asked them, you know, hey, I know that you don't want me to put these out in public. Is it okay to share them on OnlyFans where no one sees them unless they pay? Yeah, go ahead. Like,
that's awesome.
So I would say yes.
Now, what this is for Mayzie especially, but it's also for Laken, right? I probably asked this question before because I love to talk about lingerie. Why do you think lingerie is so popular? You know, vintage lingerie specifically, but you know, but why do you think vintage lingerie? And I'm talking about like the old school garter belts. I mean, you don't have to be decked out in a '50s pinup thing. You could, you know, there's other ways to use lingerie and stuff like that. But lingerie is extremely popular. Like, for example, don't get me wrong, I love the female form, you know, but I like, you know, thigh highs, garter belts take me another step. You know, so first of all, why do you think it's so popular and why do you like it?
I don't know why it would be popular really. For me, it's like a classic, sexy, but kind of like taboo almost because it's not as like common. I don't know what makes it so. That's all I can think is that it's kind of just different, not like your normal, I don't know, Victoria's Secret stuff that you're wearing around. It's unique and it like putting stockings on makes me feel sexy. I love like feeling the line up the back, you know, as I put it on and then clip little garter belt. It's empowering. I don't know. Yeah.
Okay, and why? And no, you answered that. Okay, you answered both parts of the question. Laken, Holt?
I would just concur with that. I would definitely say it's empowering. And for, I don't want to speak for men, but I'm sure for men, it's like, oh, you've gone the extra step, right? Like you're not just in like panties or a bra, or you're not just naked. Like, and it's nice to be naked, I'm sure, but it's also nice to feel special, right? And like someone's kind of putting a show on for you. So I'm sure it feels good in that way.
Mm-hmm.
Okay. I think we both went over personal favorite models, but let's talk about the challenges of modeling. Okay. Mayzie, what would you say the main challenges, not only you, but other models you know, have with modeling?
So obviously not an issue for me because I just slave drive my husband to do my shoots. But I know for a lot of the women that we work with, you know, it's tough to come up with the money, especially now with all of this craziness. But just being able to like commit that amount of money to the shoot and then purchasing clothes and doing hair and makeup and just the commitment it takes, not only money, but also time and away, you know, people are going away from their families and I think that would be the biggest struggle because these women love shooting and they want to come back and shoot more, but it's just not always possible.
Mm-hmm.
Okay, Laken, Holt?
I would agree as well. There have been times where I've really wanted to do something creative and I've had to just, out of respect for the photographer and their work, right? I have to say, I can't do it right now. Like I'm going to have to rebudget. I've only had to do that. Luckily, you know, just today I had to do that because my car, unfortunately my power steering went. Sometimes there's just things you can't really control that happen, right? Or financially, but I mean, it's difficult.
Okay, so this is a separate question. One's for Mayzie, one's for Laken. And so Mayzie, you have your own studio, you know your way around the camera. Is it safe to say that your husband does all the photography? Do you use other photographers?
Here and there. But really it just doesn't. We use another photographer for our family pictures once a year. I've shot with I think just one other pinup photographer.
Wow.
Like it's just because when he does my pictures, then I get to edit them and tweak them exactly how I want to. So I think I got spoiled.
Now, what's interesting? Okay, so having your own studio, having your own set, and you get other models coming in asking for pictures,
Mhm.
right? Um, and I'm sure you don't know all these people. Yeah, I'm sure you know some of them or most of them, but there's some people you've never met before, correct?
Mhm.
All right. Have you ever had or here? What? Let me ask you. What are some red flags you see when dealing with models approaching you for work?
Um, I don't think I've had any that are coming to mind. My rule is for me personally as a photographer, if I come to a model or to a friend or something and say, hey, I've got this idea that I really want to try, let's go shoot it, I never ever ever would expect them to pay me for it. If a friend or a client approaches me and says, hey, I've got this idea that I would love to shoot with you, say, okay, cool, here's my fee. So that's kind of how I guess how I've weeded out all of the request to make it so I don't get these like kind of crazy requests and uh, weird. I don't know. uh, but that's
So
the
it's like
rule of thumb that I've kind of made for myself, even with like the kids' photography and stuff I do as well. Just leave it. That's the simple rule that I have decided that works. So
yeah, I always so it's for your the people who aren't like your close friends and stuff, no pay up, no pin up.
yeah, I've never had any that are like you said though. I can't. Nothing's coming to mind. I can't.
All
Everybody's been
right,
really
that's fine.
awesome.
That's fine. Did I ever um send you that video about called Flash by a band called Gouch?
I don't think
And
so.
it's all about photography.
Okay.
Like, I've never heard a song that has depth of field mentioned. So it's in the chorus, and it's a cool song. It's a very cool song. That reminds me, I gotta listen to it. When I put this together, I'm gonna play it in the background. That and the Kinks, the old Kinks. So Laken Hall. You're kind of on the flip side. You're a model, and you have to deal with photographers, and some of them, you've never worked with before, correct? I mean,
Correct.
obviously, at one point you haven't.
Yes.
So, what are some red flags that you see when dealing with new photographers?
Um, I want to be careful here.
Don't mention names.
No, I'm not going to say any names, but I want to be very careful because I don't want people to be like, oh, I don't want to work with her. But I will honestly say it's hard because everybody's different. And so everybody has a different style of doing things. And obviously we've talked, I have CPTSD, so I kind of have anxiety about things. So for me personally, if someone's not very clear about how they run their business or what they expect from people and they're kind of just like fly by the pants, and that's difficult for me. I'm not going to say it's a red flag. It's just something that doesn't work well for me personally, but I wouldn't say it's a red flag. What I would say is a red flag is when you shoot with a photographer, um, and if they ever make you feel bad about shooting with somebody else or praising somebody else, for whatever reason, I would say that would be a red flag. And I'm not saying that that's not a good person, just maybe not a good person for you to shoot with at that time.
Interesting. Okay. I believe in the past we both talked about body positivity, um, and stuff like that. And you said like in that you've gotten messages from women saying that what were your words? I'm glad, there are models who are beautiful who aren't skinny mini. You know
Yeah.
what I mean? So have either of you gotten, like, without naming names, like what were some of the things that really touched your heart? Because I'm sure you get messages from other women, regarding, um, you being models and not being toothpicks. You know what I mean? So, what are some of the messages or phrases or whatever that really like, kind of struck the hard chords?
There's definitely a few messages that I've gotten through Instagram from girls that I've never met before that are, just really sweet. I can't think of any exactly off the top of my head, but I've ended up forming kind of these online relationships with these women, and we're all like cheering each other on, and it's a cool community.
Well, yeah, one thing about you, I mean, I don't go on Instagram all the time. I do, and I'll definitely promote this because both of you are on it, and I'll tag you and we'll get some publicity and exposure and stuff. But you're Maisie's always smiling in the photographs. She's always smiling in the photo. She looks very approachable. As long as you're respectful and kind. Respectful and kind. It seems. And that's one thing I noticed about you on Instagram. Now, what? So, challenge about. Yeah. What was the question? The same question for you, Laken.
Positive comments.
What?
What is the question?
What was the question again? I did it off the top of my head. It's not my
about
list.
like positive comments that you've gotten from other
women.
women.
You're the one who brought it up. You're the one who brought it up in the beginning. Like, you've gotten positive comments. Well, it's been a long day.
I've gotten numerous from a lot of women. But I think probably I would say some of the comments that I've gotten from fellow models that I've shot with, when I've walked into group shoots and they've gone, "Oh my God, you're Laken Holt," and then I've been like, "Come here, give me a hug," and I just like, it's such a great feeling to then afterwards like have these bonds with these women and really be connected. And some of them you don't stay connected with. There's distance and you see every once in a while, but there's a few that you definitely become lifelong friends. It's really a beautiful thing.
That's awesome.
That's what's cool about I think the modeling and the burlesque community is that it's not, at least I mean, of course there are some bad eggs in the bunch, you know what I mean?
Mm-hmm.
Of course there's going to be jealousy and stuff like that, but as opposed to different communities, I think modeling and burlesque, like, there's such a connection and friendship involved that goes a lot deeper than other communities. Even in just the hardcore BDSM community, there's people who get jealous, or they're like, don't talk to that person, or they make up lies about that person is dangerous when the person's like as peaceful as can be. You know what I mean? So that's
I will agree with you. I have experienced a little bit of that, and I think that can happen when there's a lot of women that communicate regularly, I've noticed. So just advice, when you experience things like that, just step away, don't engage. I've noticed when you engage, you end up looking like the asshole.
No,
step out, if other people are talking negatively, and even if you're not sure, really don't ask the questions. Just step back,
Yeah.
disassociate.
Yeah.
Okay, so this is the Mayzie Max section of the show. You Clearwater pinup and boudoir photography. Tell us about it. Tell us a little more about it.
Just kind of like a spur of the moment idea. Like I said a little earlier, I have been doing photography for over 12 years. But it's always been like family and child photography. So then in 2018, I want to say, is kind of when the idea kind of started, like kind of in there, like brewing around between me and my husband. And then we realized what a big community of pinup like that we have here in the Tampa Bay area, and honestly worldwide. It's really cool. So we just kind of jumped in without really like I've got all the background in photography, so that part was easy. It was just building another brand essentially off of it. Yeah, I don't know. I don't know what to say. It was seamless, I guess.
What's the depth of you preparing another model? I mean, first of all, someone asked me. I was talking to a friend of mine, and about what I was going to do tonight, and he's like, "Well, does she provide the clothes, or do the models bring the clothes?" I was like, I don't know.
We've got a small wardrobe that I keep adding to, and I've got a hairstylist that is absolutely phenomenal that we send the girls to. So they kind of get a day of pampering out of it too. There are some of the girls that are already involved in the community and they do their own hair and makeup and have all of their wardrobe already picked. But for the girls that don't, that are just kind of trying it for fun, we kind of go head to toe, get them set with an outfit. Even if it's not something out of our closet, I'll help them online shop, get them all set up, get their hair done. And then when they get here, we actually do like all of the posing. They don't really have to think other than just mimic what we're doing and showing them. And then it's a lot of fun. It's really empowering for the women too, especially for the girls that don't usually get to kind of dress in this style and feel like that classic beauty of the 50s and pinup and kind of sexy at the same time.
Now, do you do their makeup or do they do their own?
Again, we've got a stylist that we use in Florida.
Same person.
Yeah, she has to be licensed. So I'm not licensed cosmetologist. I don't know what the rules are elsewhere, but in Florida, it technically would need to be done by a licensed cosmetologist.
Interesting. Okay. And with COVID and everything like that, how are you dealing with that, with people coming in and taking shots? I mean, obviously, as a photographer, I mean, you're not like right with them in front of them. There's pretty much social distancing anyway.
Yeah, but we really only had to shut down for about a month back in like March of last year when it was really everybody kind of shut down everywhere. And then we were opened back up pretty quickly. And because we are just a small business that's working with one person at a time and able to keep that distance, it hasn't been an issue. I don't think that I've noticed a decline in bookings either, which I kind of was expecting, but seems to be that we're still keeping up. Mm-hmm.
That's cool. All right, now we go to Laken. We're gonna go to some different territory here. All right, she is more into alternative modeling. Can you describe what that is?
Well, I guess I would say I do I'm going to be doing a couple shibari shoots. I've done some like very artistic type of things. I've also done some furry stuff, gotten published in magazines for that. So I have a lot of different, I've also done some like witchy looks. So I've kind of done like a lot of different things. So I guess a lot of the magazines that have published me have really reached out and just said, hey, thank you. Thank you for being, not doing the same thing all the time. That's why we love to publish you, because you don't just give us the same look. So I think that's what I take pride in, is kind of giving new stuff all the time.
Okay, interesting. What is, because some of the stuff kind of
I
leans
just
towards
sent you some stuff.
Oh no, I know, I got it. It's going up on the page. It's going up on this page.
I don't know which stuff, but I've sent you some different stuff, right? So.
Oh yeah, no, oh yeah. The only thing is, like on Facebook and stuff like that, I try not to post anything with naked boobs because I
sent you a pretty wide variety.
Yes, good.
On our host here.
I did this lo-fi punk rock.
Listen, it's all covered, but some of it is pretty risky. But the new fairy stuff and the new bunny stuff by Ashley Nicole is just fire.
Okay.
I just sent it to you with the whole me and that little headpiece with the background. Fire. I mean, she is so talented with her photography and her editing. It's unreal.
Now, like I said, some of your stuff more goes by the dark side, where Maysie's is very, there's light to it. You know what I mean?
People have to tell me to smile. Like, I don't know how many times you're like, oh, she's always smiling. In my head, I was like, I mean, I'm like that during the day, like normally, but in shooting, I don't know where I go somewhere else, and it's good, but you have to get me to smile. Like, smile, like, oh, okay, that exists. Got it.
So, as an alternative model, what is the creepiest scene that was shot, or the creepiest thing you've done?
Creepiest, I haven't even been able to dabble in the amount of creepiness that I would like to. I know I'm going to do some stuff with Salty Lip Studios and Morbid Images in February, and that's going to be beyond creepy. But the creepiest stuff, I mean, I haven't really done anything too creepy, but the funnest, I would say, would probably have to have been the Furries group shoot that I did with Miss Mischief. That was super fun.
Okay, now were you a furry too, or were you
and we had like lingerie on, but like full furry like head. So I'm a Leo. I was a lion.
I'm a Leo too.
Yeah. So I was definitely like, and I had the little pasties on. So when families would come, I'd have to take my head off and put it over my chest. So Rev Vegas was there. He's also a very well-known Reverend Vegas. He's also a well-known photographer. He's like, oh, family would like cue us and like, oh, head off. And they'd be like, okay, you're good. So it would go back on and we would shoot. It was so fun.
That was actually my next question. You already answered it. Let's go to Mayzie on this one. You always seem like you're having fun on your shoots. You know what I mean? I don't know.
I'm usually yelling at my husband most of the time. No, it's a lot of fun. I'm just very particular, but he rolls with it. He's so good at like directing me and all that. So yeah, it's fun. It's a fun little bonding thing that we get to do together.
And that's another thing. I think even people who are not in the modeling, if someone you love, if you love, it, just because they yell at you, that doesn't mean they hate you.
I don't actually yell at him. I'm just kidding.
Yeah. All right. Book of Shadows says I am also a Leo. on,
Leos are awesome.
I'm on the cusp.
On the cusp, but not a full. So
yeah, 21st is mine. I think like 23rd or 22nd goes to whatever comes next. I don't know. Luna is, who's been on this show many times. She was like, I'm going to do an astrological chart because your stars in the Sea of Venus, and I have no idea what that means.
I'm not that into it. Okay, so don't put me in on that one.
Like almost every day, she's like, "Oh, Nicholas, you're such a Leo." You're such a... All right, so this question is going to be changed for each one of you. So, Mayzie Mac, for someone who has no experience at all, who wants to take some either boudoir shots or or pinup shots, just sexy photography and then be the model. But they've never done it at all. Maybe they're a little shy, nervous. What advice would you give to them?
Find someone you really click with. Definitely take a look at the photographer's portfolio and take the time to really talk to them either through messaging or get them on the phone. But really, you have to, especially if you're nervous about it, you want to be able to have a connection and feel comfortable with who you're shooting with. We've had a few girls that were like that were really nervous coming in. But you just kill them with kindness and just keep telling them how like amazing they're doing and everything like that. And they quickly loosen up. That or, a shot of vodka, that'll help too.
The good stuff, not the cheap stuff. And Laken Holt, for someone who has no experience in modeling, doesn't know how to contact a photographer, is, like I said, is a little shy and a little nervous, but wants to do something. Doesn't have to be pinup. It doesn't have to be nudes. It could be alternative modeling. Could be something different, But let's say this model, man or woman, has no experience. What advice would you give them?
I would definitely say don't go alone. I always say don't go alone. If it's your first experience, if you've never met this person before, go feel them out with someone, right? Someone you feel comfortable with, have the experience and share it with someone that you care about too. I think that that's very important. And it's, it's just safe. I can't stress it enough that you don't want to go alone. I've just heard too many stories and I personally put myself in compromising positions because you're not aware of your surroundings. So I'd say definitely do your research. And then most importantly, have fun. Have fun. Love yourself. Take the day for yourself. Pamper yourself. Lots of positive self-talk. It's hard. So many of us, I can speak for myself only, but I've heard so many other models say it too. We all struggle with our own self-confidence and loving ourselves. And we're very critical of ourselves. So my best advice would be just pamper yourself and love yourself and have a great time.
All right, wonderful. I thought of something real quick. Both of you were saying about people taking your photographs and using them without your permission in other places. One thing I noticed a lot, especially with dominatrixes, that people steal photographs from like Twitter, Instagram, or whatever, and they create a whole fake profile with a fake name. And I mean, literally every single day I get in a Twitter DM message, and say, will you be my slave? No, dominatrixes don't just like come to people. People go to dominatrix. One or two followers on Twitter. You know what I mean? It's like, does that ever happen to either of you?
Not yet.
Okay, well, good. Because what a lot of people started was, it's kind of ugly, but it makes sure it doesn't happen. They like put their names on the bottom, or sometimes they put it real big on the side and stuff like that. I just like the picture. Okay, what's next? What's
I
next?
used to do that.
What, you used to make up fake profiles?
No. I used to put my name across my pictures because I was scared. It had happened to me years ago. I had done some bullshit modeling, and then I had found it right somewhere online. So it had happened to me before. So I used to take my name and put it across my photos so no one could take it. But I feel like I'm pretty well known now. I'm in magazines and everything else. Like, I can pretty much prove I am who I am.
Okay, that's great. Okay, you remember this from the last episode. Rapid fire recommendations. They don't have to be modeling related or kink related or sex related at all. Okay? Recommend a movie.
Am I still going first?
Yeah.
Yep.
Okay. Shit. My brain just went
There's a
like
movie called Shit.
I've been watching TV shows lately.
No, we'll go there. We'll go
I know. I can't think of any movies. Singing in the Rain.
Singing in the Rain. Okay. Laken, Holt. It doesn't have to be recent. I'm sorry, what?
The Purge, all of the purges, The Purge.
All of the purges. Okay.
Don't ask me to pick one.
All right, Mayzie Mac, recommend a book.
Harry Potter.
Ooh.
I'm
Laken, Holt.
looking in my office for a book.
I literally just bought my son Harry Potter yesterday. That's why that's in my brain.
Yeah, no, Harry Potter is good. And Daniel Radcliffe, he's turned into something really different. He's trying to break that mold, Harry Potter mold. He's doing some like wild stuff.
My husband looks like Daniel Radcliffe. Like, if I were to grab his 16-year-old passport right now, you'd be like, "Wow, you're married to Harry Potter." Creepy.
You should buy him a wand.
He refuses to read the books or watch the movies because he looks like Daniel Radcliffe.
They're pretty good. They're pretty good movies, and they're pretty good books. Yeah.
He refuses.
I heard.
That's all I got.
There you go.
When Things Fall Apart. Okay. What's that about?
I haven't read it yet.
At least you're honest.
But it's probably a good read.
Probably. Looks like it.
Right. Mayzie.
It's like I'm done.
Wasn't it? It was with you. The first time I interviewed you. For the last 5 minutes, I got the hiccup.
Yeah, are you doing it again? Knock it off.
No, you made me laugh. And plus, I'm taking care of my girlfriend's cat. My girlfriend's sister's cat. And there's
so is that your cat-in-law?
Yeah, my cat-in-law. Mm-hmm.
You're making me
all right.
snort. Knock it off.
All right. Recommend a meal.
Sushi.
Oh, I love sushi. Now, what's your favorite kind of sushi? Is it salmon, whitefish,
tuna? Spicy tuna usually. Yeah.
I like the salmon. You know what? In the doc, I went to the doctor. They're like, your cholesterol is way too high. I can't eat shrimp or lobster or anything like that anymore. Yeah, it's one of my favorites. Shrimp tempura, all that stuff. It's
tempura and all that.
It's like you need to eat more plant food and stuff. So all I've been eating for the last 2 weeks was like salads and like kale, spinach smoothies with the little grapes in it to add sweet. Like it's
hell no. Do you want to know
Well, it's that or I'm gonna die.
No way. My freezer is filled with venison and moose meat. Fuck that. Salads. I can't keep this figure on a salad, okay?
All right. Yours is sushi. Yours is venison and moose.
Love moose meat. Love venison meat.
Okay.
No hormones in that meat, baby.
Yeah. Okay. This is a little different. When I started this show, we did something called the word association game, where I would say a word and you'd say the first thing that pops in your head. I believe. Did you play this game, Mayzie?
I don't think so. Maybe.
Maybe the 3-word game. I changed it to the 3-word game just because I did it so much. The 3-word game is name 3 things that you love. One has to be kind of kink or sexy related. We could do that too if you want. But we're going to do the word association game. But it's a special word association game. It's not the typical. I'm not going to be saying dildos or I'm not going to be saying chastity device and you say lock. You know what I mean? But yeah, that's how it goes. Seriously, that's how it goes.
I would be frozen.
So, all right. I'm going to say a word or a phrase. You say the very, very first thing that pops in your head. And literally, rule number 1 is don't overthink it. It could be nonsense. I've had people just like go. I've had
I feel like we're gonna have a repeat of that.
Yeah.
Yeah. I said corsets, and then someone said car alarm because a car alarm was going on. So you literally say the first. There's no wrong answer.
Okay.
Okay. And the second rule is we don't kink shame. Meaning, so if I say something, that's a little kinky, but I'm not really gonna go hardcore kinky on this one because this is the modeling episode. So if I say something, just you don't like it, please don't make fun of it. Just say not my thing. Okay.
Okay.
But here's the difference between because, like I said, usually the words are like dildos, floggers, dungeons, and stuff like that. No, this is this is this is the modeling version of it. Okay, never did this one before. Keep in mind also, this is off the top of your head. Guess what? This is off the top of my head too. So we're on the same thing.
There's a lot of build up here right now. The anticipation is palpable.
You don't even know. I'm like, what are we playing?
So an example would be if I say corset, you might say tight or red or black.
Why are you answering for me?
No, you can choose whatever you want. We'll hit corset later. That's the big finale. Okay, you ready to go?
Are we doing the same? So you say a word. Sorry, this way. You say a word, and then I say mine, and then you say another word, and she says it, or
yeah.
Right? How are we doing this?
Yeah, we'll do like just like the other one. We'll do Mayzie Mac first, and like in the whole.
But
second.
So you're gonna say one word, and then I do it, and then she does it.
It doesn't have. It could be a word or a phrase.
Okay.
Okay.
Shit.
Yeah.
I don't know if I can keep up.
That was my word. Come on now.
You can say it too. I don't own it.
Okay. Makeup.
Greasy.
Expensive.
Okay.
Okay.
High heels.
Uncomfortable.
Painful.
Oh shit.
Oh shit.
Trust me, I have my own pair. I understand what you're doing. Barely walk across the room. I gotta like hold on to like the dresser and then hold on.
Yeah, and then try to pose like that.
Mm-hmm.
And do shit with your hands.
And smile.
Probably why I don't smile.
Melissa's in my office and she goes, "You put my heels?" You walk in them better than I do. That's what she said. All right, let's go to garter belts.
Wearing one.
Uncomfortable.
Okay.
You think?
Silk.
I'm sick. They are uncomfortable.
They look good though.
I didn't say they didn't look nice. You said
They
the
keep my
first
stockings from falling down.
That's why I said no at the end. Yeah. So okay, we did garter belts. Jewelry.
Rings.
Unnecessary.
Ooh. See, that's why I get a variety for the panel.
You're like, oh yeah.
Okay, wigs.
Yes.
Essential.
Yes.
Okay.
I
All
just
right.
want 5 new ones off Amazon.
Ooh.
Breast enhancements.
Good for them.
Not for me. Wish I did.
Okay.
Too much
Satin.
of a pussy here, but I'm sure they'd look a little better with a lift.
All right, satin.
Soft.
Ooh.
What
Yeah.
did you say?
Satin.
Sweet.
Ooh, sweet and soft. Okay. Satin or silky robes?
Am I supposed to pick one?
Yeah, well, we'll just lump them together, either or.
Okay. Oh, that was your phrase. Okay.
Yeah.
Not for me.
Okay.
Wish I owned one.
That's
Okay.
true. One of those Catherine Delish ones. Like amazing. I murdered my husband, and now I'm lounging in this robe with
For
a
real.
fur.
I'm just gonna
What
miss. I was like, wish I owned one.
Yeah. Yeah, that's fair.
Okay, since we're doing like we do, like you're doing boudoir shots, smoking jackets for men or women, but
Smoking
usually
That'd
men.
be cute. That'd be cute on a woman, like Hugh Hefner.
Yeah.
What do you mean?
Okay.
I don't know why I'm lost.
Say
Smoking
something
jacket?
that you think of with a smoking jacket. Smoking.
Smoke. Okay.
Oh, you still have paper?
No, I'll get you. I'm on. I told you I do a lo-fi punk rock style. Sorry. You said sorry already.
Smoking jacket.
No.
I'm listening.
Smoking jacket.
Yeah. Think of Hugh Hefner.
Yes.
Sexy.
I'm sorry. What was that?
Sexy.
Okay.
Okay. Men are very sexy to me. You said who you Hefner.
You think Hugh Hefner's sexy?
He has a lot of money. That is very attractive.
Is he still alive?
I don't know.
I thought he died. I'm pretty sure
he died. I thought he died.
I think so. A couple years ago.
All right. And finally, corsets.
I'm ready to take mine off.
Wish I could find some that fit well.
You got to go custom made there.
Yeah, you have to spend a lot of money.
Yeah.
And that's like between shoots and wigs, and I have not had the funds.
No, I don't blame you.
So that's why I'm like, wish I had one that fits.
Yeah, that's it. Like, we have a chastity device. And keep in mind, I'm not like, I'm like a Leo, I'm pretty dominant in my everyday life. And even in the bedroom, I don't always play submissive, but I like to have my fun. The custom made chastity device is a couple $100. It's really crazy, but it's worth it. It really is. So what I've probably asked you both this before. but I mean, we should repeat it. Um, Modeling on a budget. Like you said, it's expensive. You're both talking about like, you know, especially with COVID and everything like that. Money's just not like pouring from the sky for anybody these days, except like the 1% of the country. And so, how do you keep the beautiful look and the beautiful costumes and the makeup and the hair and everything like that? How do you maintain that with spending little money?
Thrift stores. I found a bunch of really, really good. Actually, I just got a What Katie Did bra at a thrift store. Those bras are like $30-$40. It's very simple. It's just a cute little bullet bra. It was $4.
Mm-hmm.
I was just like, yeah, that's coming home with me. I know, right?
Like, what?
I know. I saw it. I was there with my daughter, and I was like, this is coming home. And she's like, what's that? I'm like, just you wait. Wait till you're old enough.
And for those who don't know, can you tell us what a bullet bra is?
It makes your boobs look like bullets. Nice and pointy. That was the style. Like the tubular, really pointy. I don't, it's not really my thing, but it's cute.
For $4.
Yeah. And
For
honestly, I tried it on and it's super cute. It actually is really cute. So that's, my advice. Thrift stores, Amazon, even for a lot of the pinup stuff. I recommend that to a lot of the girls. Yeah.
Okay. Laken, Holt?
I would definitely say in the beginning, I was like getting my nails professionally done and stuff like that. And anything that you can kind of save a budget on, like now I do press-ons, and so I can change them, and change the look for every shoot. So, but like I'll have wigs, right? And then sometimes I'll get my hair professionally done. Sometimes I'll do a wig. Sometimes I'll do my own makeup. Sometimes I'll pay someone to do it. You can't always afford to do so, but in those times where you can, right?
Okay. Now, someone texted me a question is they're watching, and okay, this is a reasonable question. I may have even asked it before. So when, as a model, you put yourself out there, like on Instagram, on Facebook, and stuff like that, you put out these beautiful, sexy pictures of yourselves. Both of you have two different styles, which are personally I both love, and but I'm sure you get some creeps who send you messages, like just real rude stuff. I'm not gonna make up any examples, but because I'm sure you have some. So Mayzie, do you remember anybody or any message that someone sent you that you were just like block or something like that?
I don't think anybody's ever gotten blocked, but I do have. I think last I looked, I've got like 45 in my other box on Instagram that like I'll go look and be like, yeah. I think somebody was like, "You're so thick and curvy. I'd love to see other parts that are we don't need to talk about."
Hello.
But in not so nice words, like I was just like, "Ew, not my thing." Sorry.
Yeah, because in your pictures, I mean, they're sexy, but they're not sexually, like you're not laying there with your legs spread open, and like, which, I mean, there's nothing wrong with that.
Oh yeah, no.
That's just not your style.
Right. It's that classy. I do add some sex appeal to it, I think, and then I just started my OnlyFans too, so like I'm exploring some other things, but still, like it's not really ever necessary that somebody needs to message anything.
Wait a second, I gotta back up there. You're exploring other things. Can you tell us what you're exploring?
Well, I'm like the OnlyFans. Like you're supposed to post some like risque, right? Yeah, I don't know what exactly. I've only had it for like a month, so far it's just topless pictures. But if you want to see my boobs,
Oh wow! Hear that, everybody? If you want to see Mayzie Mac's boobs, subscribe to her Instagram, and you know what? Pay money.
Yeah, you can't get in mine without money, but I show you more than boobs, baby.
oh shit.
There's a whole bunch of BBC in there, masturbation videos. Oh yeah, strip videos. There's a whole bunch in there.
Dang, girl.
And I think mine's on sale because the New Year is from like $15 to like $3.95. So.
Oh wow.
Get it.
So, all right. So Laken Holt, like I said, your style's a little more different, a little more.
Yeah.
In your face is not really the right term I want to use, but it's definitely more. What would you say? Out there.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? So I think in many ways, because I mean, even for Mayzie, you know, you're putting your sexuality out there. And I think that many people think that you're just constantly having sex and you're constantly doing kinky stuff.
I think that's very much, the misconception.
Yeah. So do you remember any certain messages that you've gotten from like creeps?
On the daily. I get them daily. And I don't do block necessarily unless they're like posting on my timeline. Like I don't get that where people like feel the need to like post all over my stuff. So if you start to do that, then I just like remove you. Some of the comments are very disrespectful, but the pictures, like the plain out dick pics, block. And I get like 4 or 5 a day, and I'm just like, okay, block. Okay, block. Or when you solicit me, you keep trying to solicit me over and over again. Like, oh, you could make X amount if you were legitimate. Send me your business info and allow me at the proper time to look it over and respond. You want to keep hounding me, you know, those type of things. That's an immediate block for me.
Yeah.
Okay, I got 2 things to comment about. First of all, dick pics. My friend Cricket she's like, what?
I'm over them.
Yeah, my friend Cricket, she's like in these really underground bloody horror movies, and you know, like you can't find them in the theater. You have to like really look for them. Cricket Valentine. She gets dick pics sent to her every day, couple of them every day, and what she does is, as soon as she gets them, like even on Facebook, as soon as she gets them, and Facebook's like turning like PG-13 these days. So as soon as she gets them, she has a collection of bloody naked males, and she just sends pictures. Like that's her response. Her response is not "fuck you." Her response is not "don't DM me." Her response is literally just like I would never just send it this dick pic unless it's like a woman who I personally know asks me to. You know what I mean? Even then, I don't want that on my phone or their phone or whatever. But like, so hypothetically, let's say Joe Public, and I said I send a dick pic immediately. It's almost like she has an auto response. A bloody dick pic just shows up in like as a response, and it doesn't end there. It just keeps on going and going and going until they block her.
There you go.
I thought that there was something else I wanted to bring up. You were talking. What did you mention? You mentioned dick pics and posting on someone's timeline. What the hell is that about? That's like me. If I was that guy, if I was like the guy who sends dick pics, it's like me knowing where you live, going on your front lawn or your porch with a bullhorn and just talking about, your body and how much I love you with a bullhorn.
I don't get it. Yeah. You can totally send me a message and say, hey, thanks for the ad. Because I have like a thing that says, this is my business profile only, please. I don't private message. Like, I'm not looking for any kind of relationship. I'm not antisocial, but I like to keep it business. Because people always try to have relationships with you. They want your personal life. And I'm just not in that place right now. So when they immediately start to go there, like I try to be nice, but once it starts getting inappropriate, or they're like posting, hey, thank you for the ad. So great to be your friend. Can't wait to see more of your pics. Like, but they don't send it to you in your thing. It's all over your page. For what? I don't get that.
Yeah.
Okay. Oh my God. Mayzie, Mac, Laken, Holt, thank you so much for coming back. I had a really good time. I hope you did too. And please, just like in the same order, please, first of all, when this is up, go to your Kinky Friends site, everybody. And both of their bios are on this episode, and a slew of links for each of them are on their episodes. But take this time to promote anything and everything you want, your personal page, your OnlyFans page. If you have any appearances, go. Mayzie.
OnlyFans. Subscribe.
Is there a certain URL? Because like a lot of OnlyFans, I believe it's like onlyfans.com/65439.
Mine is Miss Mayzie.
Okay. And that's spelled the same? It's not like the show with Fabulous Miss Mayzie. It's spelled
how it's spelled. This way. No, there it is.
Mayzie.
Miss Mayzie. And if anybody needs a 2021 calendar, I still have a couple of those left. So get yourself a signed Mayzie calendar.
I'll take one.
That's it. I got nothing else.
Okay, my turn.
Yes, your turn.
This is one of my latest covers.
Aww.
So you want to check this out, the definition. I have a few more as well, but we won't pull them all out. Just make sure you check out the definition for this holiday issue. And then I also have some by Fusion Dark. And then also my OnlyFans. It's basically, as you see it.
Check her out.
Wherever it is in the corner. But right where you see the spaces and underscore. So OnlyFans with the / Laken _Holt. Okay. OnlyFans. Subscribe. It's cheap right now. It's going back up soon.
Definitely. Okay. So now it's my turn. Go to yourkinkyfriends.com. For the old episodes, look up Mayzie Mac, look up Laken Holt in the search box, but I'll have the previous interviews we did on the page, but they're the real deal. So go to yourkinkyfriends.com. I'm on Twitter at Nicholas Tannick. My whole crew is on Twitter at Friends Kinky. Instagram, we're at Friends Kinky, but I'm also at Nick Tannick, not Nicholas. Nick Tannick. We have a Patreon page called patreon.com/YKF. And then we have a Discord chat group, which is kind of cool. I'm in it every once in a while, but things have been crazy. And so there's that. Facebook, I'm on Facebook, Nicholas Tannick. There's YKF. There's a secret group. You could be a part of it. And if you can't get into it, if you can't get in touch with one of the admins, then just send me a message. I'll put you in. Other than that, it's getting late, my friends.
It is.
Oh, by the way, stay in the line, both of you, please, after we're done. And like I said, it's getting late, my friends. My Dom is calling me. Remember the cardinal rule. Be cool, be kind, and keep an open mind. Take care, everybody.